Jackishan Chand Prabhu to kindly give a brief introduction of Prabhuji, because it's after a considerable time, so some new devotees have also joined. So, His Grace Jackishan Chand Prabhu, please.
Let us all chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra for welcoming His Grace Sridhama Sakha Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Srila Gurudev ki Jai. So once more, I thank all the devotees in Saudi Arabia for giving me this opportunity to preach to all of you. And I thank Param Krishna Prabhu for always very kindly giving me this opportunity. I am not at all deserving, but just it is his compassion on me that he gives me this opportunity again and again. And it is your greatness that you all are willing to hear from me. So maybe we'll start with just a quick prayer, and then we can start the katha. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya
Jnananjana Shalakaya
Chakshurunmilitam
Chakshuram
Yena
Militam Yena
Tasmai
Tasmai
Shri
Shri
Gurave
Gurove
Namaha.
Namaha.
Shri
Sri Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Manobishtam
Manobishtam
Sthapitam
Sthapitam
Yena
Yena
Bhutale
Bhutale Swayam Rupa
Swayam
Kadamaya
Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapnadantikam.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today our topic for discussion is since we are in the very auspicious month of Kartik. Our Param Krishna Prabhu suggested that maybe I can speak about the Damodara Lila. Now, one may say, I'm sure over the last couple of weeks, you all have had plenty of discussions on Damodar Leela, and a lot of lectures may have already happened. And one may sometimes feel ki, I already know this pastime. I've already heard it like 15 times in the last, 1 month. So, why should I hear it again? But that is the nature of Krishna Katha, that you keep hearing it, whether whether you're inspired, not inspired, but it is so purifying that if you keep hearing, every time something nice, something new comes out of it. And as we get purified, the Krishna Katha becomes more and more swadu swadu pade pade. It becomes more and more relishable as our anarthas get reduced. So this is the month of Kartik, and now we are in the last 4 days of Kartik of Chaturmasya. This year we had the Adhik Mas also. In Adhik Mas, there was a tremendous amount of hearing Hari Katha that has happened. I'm sure many of you had the opportunity to hear from some of the best speakers in all of ISKCON globally. Many of them came forward, and there were a whole bunch of series that were organized of Krishna Katha, and a wonderful experience. Though we are sitting at home, in fact, it is, I feel that in one way the lockdown and this COVID crisis, it kind of resulted in a lot of wonderful Krishna Katha. At least for devotees, it has been a wonderful experience. Sitting at home listening to so many wonderful speakers is a great opportunity. So Kartik is the most auspicious month from a point of view of all the Vaishnavas. This month of Kartik is an extremely auspicious time of the year. And why is that so? It is described that in this month, actually, there are so many wonderful, every day, if you see, there'll be something. Every day, there are so many things. In this month, Krishna performed many, many beautiful pastimes. In this month, he performed the Ras Lila, the Damodar Lila, the pastime of Radha Kund and Sham Kund appearing, Bahulashtami, that also came in this month. Gopashtami, this what do we call? I forgot now, but anyway, so a lot of beautiful pastimes have appeared in this month, and therefore this month is very dear to the Lord also. And this is the month of Shrimati Radharani. Therefore, this is all the more, very dear to Krishna. So therefore, it is said that in this month of Kartik, whatever spiritual acts we may do, whatever spiritual acts we may do, they are multiplied. The effect of that is multiplied hundreds of times. So if we chant the holy names, the effect of that is multiplied hundreds and thousands of times. So while we should not as devotees become like the karmis, that, oh, this is a good time, so this time I will chant nicely, rest of the year I will take it easy. No, you don't want to be like that. For a devotee, any time of the year is an all auspicious time, because the holy name of the Lord is not different from Krishna. So whenever we associate with the holy name, whenever we chant the holy names, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Whenever we chant the holy names, we are directly associating with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Kali Kale Nam Rupe Krishna Avatar. Krishna has incarnated in the holy name in this age of Kali, specifically for fallen souls like us. Because what other means are there? What are the other means for us to get purified in Kali Yuga? There is nothing. If Prabhupada had not created this ISKCON movement, and he had not maybe given us all these temples and this holy name and the books and everything, if he had not done that, can we imagine what our contact with God would have been? It would have been something very, very, very superficial, very basic, without any depth in it, without any understanding in it. And really, we would not connect with Krishna at all. Very rare. I mean, it's very unlikely. Even those who come from, different belief systems, or other different worship systems of the Supreme Lord, really there is, you know, probably very little connection with the deities, very little connection with scripture, very little connection like this directly with the Supreme Lord through his holy name. So we are very fortunate, to have all these spiritual activities in our life. And this month of Kartik is especially auspicious, because whatever you do in this month is multiplied hundreds of times. So therefore, even when we hear Krishna Katha, we get the benefit also hundreds of times. When we chant the holy names, we get benefit hundreds of times. We serve the deities, we serve the Vaishnavas. It is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. We have only 4 days left now. So these 4 days, let us, intensify our spiritual activities as much as we can, so that we are able to, really get the benefit. It is like a discount sale. I am sure in all the big malls that you have, there are big discounts that are held, big sales that are held. So this is the sale that has been given by the Supreme Lord, that in this month take maximum benefit. So let us do that. So one of the special features of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, is that, it is said that Lord Ram, who is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was known as Maryada Purushottam. What does Maryada Purushottam mean? Maryada Purushottam means he is Purushottam, but within Maryada, everything he does within limits. He does everything within the boundaries that the society is, accustomed to. So whenever Lord Ram, whenever he had to do any action, he would always do the perfect action. Everything would be perfect. Perfect in what sense? Perfect in the eyes of even human society. And nobody could fault what he did, because he was just perfect. He was absolutely perfect in whatever he did. Maryada Purushottam. But Krishna, the Supreme Lord, he is known as Lila Purushottam. Lila Purushottam means what? He performs Lila. He performs unbelievable, supremely sweet, and very transcendental pastimes, which may or may not be within the boundaries of understanding of human society. People may not appreciate sometimes what Krishna is doing. They may feel, Arey, why he is doing like this, why he is doing like that. People may have so many questions in their mind. But Krishna is not bothered about that. He doesn't care. He simply does not care what the atheists think, what the agnostics think, what the cynical people think, what the what the common person thinks. He is not interested, because when he comes paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge. Now you may say, in this there are 3-4 things that Krishna says in this verse. Paritranaya sadhunam, deliverance of the saintly. Vinashaya cha dushkritam, meaning he will destroy those who are the dushkritas, those who are the sinful people, those who are causing disturbance in society, who are making life difficult for his devotees. Vinashaya cha dushkritam. Dharma samsthapanarthaya. He comes to establish what is dharma, right? But the most important thing that Krishna really comes for is to attract the hearts of his devotees. Paritranaya is there, but more than Paritranaya, he comes to attract the hearts of his devotees. He comes to attract the hearts of even non-devotees. People who are non-believers in God. People who think, oh, God is some, impersonal energy, some, power, who have no clue what God is. He comes to attract their hearts with supremely beautiful, sweet, relishable, transcendental pastimes, which immediately attract the hearts of even people who are stone-hearted, even those who have no attraction for God. Just to hear the beautiful pastimes of Krishna, a lot of people, just surrender to the pastime. "Theek hai yaar, let's leave everything else. The pastimes are very sweet. So this is the transcendental nature of Krishna's pastimes. So we see that in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam. Janma karma cha me divyam. Divyam means what? Transcendental. Evam yo vetti tattvataha. One who simply understands this in essence. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti. After giving up this deha, this body, tyaktva deham, punarjanma naiti. There is no further birth for such a person. Mam eti so Arjuna. Such a person comes back to me. So Krishna's pastimes, we cannot measure them with our brain ka measuring tape. We may take our measuring tape of our brain and we may say, Arey, but why he did like this? Arey, but what about this? How about this? We can't do that because it is divyam. His karma is divyam. His janma is also divyam. It is transcendental, meaning it doesn't belong. What is the meaning of transcendental? Transcendental can be looked at from 2 points of view. One is that transcendental means it is not belonging to the material world. What Krishna does doesn't belong to the material world. It is spiritual. Second is that it helps us to transcend. We are stuck in this material world. But if we understand Krishna's pastimes, we listen to his pastimes, we can understand that his pastimes can help us to transcend this material world. As he himself says in this beautiful verse. His pastimes are sweet. One time it is described that Krishna and his Gopa friends, they used to keep stealing butter. They used to keep going from house to house to steal butter. And, after some time, the gopis, they got, they were really harassed. Yeah, what is going on? How much he's troubling like this. So one day, all the gopis thought, these boys are very smart. They come very quietly, and they come and they peep into the house. They climb up and they remove the butter. They eat it and they quietly go away. We don't even come to know. So today we will find some, technique. We'll do something to catch this fellow, this naughty boy. We have to catch him. So when they decided like that, what they said that, okay, let's do one thing. So when Krishna and the Gopas entered into the house of that gopi the next day, they climbed through the windows and they went and they were about to climb up and about to remove the pots from the rafters. They had formed their pyramid and Krishna had climbed on top and he was about to remove the butter. At that time, the boys warned him, hey, wait, Gopal, wait. See, these gopis have tied these bells on the rafters. The moment you touch this pot, bells will start ringing. Please be careful. I think they have set a trap for us. We should not get into this trap. Pakde jayenge. We'll be caught. So Krishna said, why are you worrying, Baba? Don't worry, I am there. No. He tells the bells, listen, bells, I am telling you, you will not ring today. None of you will ring. When I am removing the pot, none of you will ring. Okay? The bells, bow down. Yes, sir, we will not ring. So Krishna carefully removes the pot. No bells ring. He keeps the pot down. Nothing happens. All the gopas come. Krishna puts his hand into the pot. He puts the butter into his mouth and immediately the bells start ringing. All the bells ring, full flow. So Krishna is like, looking here, there, what to do. And immediately the gopis come and pounce, and they catch Krishna. Aaj pakde gaye. Today we have caught you. Now we will go and we have caught you red-handed with your hands in the, butter jar, cookie jar, so to say. I have caught you and now we will not leave you. So Krishna says, that is all right. You have caught me, fine. But first I have a matter to solve. Ek matter solve karna hai. So he tells the bells, what is this? I ordered you should not ring. How you are ringing like this? So then the bell said, sir, they say, oh Prabhu, oh Master, when you told us not to ring, we didn't ring. But when Supreme Lord is eating bhoga, at that time bell has to ring, no? So therefore we started ringing, right? And Krishna said, I will see you properly. So this is the sweetness of Krishna's pastimes. They just attract the heart. Even a person who is, who is unable to appreciate, the greatness of the Lord, he can certainly appreciate the sweetness of the Lord. It's very easy to understand, appreciate the sweetness of the Lord. Greatness, you see the description of the what is that? The universal form, right? When you hear about universal form, 11th chapter, the description that is given. When we hear that, or when we hear about the description of the universal form in the Srimad Bhagavatam, see, in our brain, we cannot even accommodate it. It's beyond our understanding. We just cannot understand what is this. The rivers are his veins and hairs on his body are the trees. We cannot accommodate it. It's impossible. But the sweetness of the Lord, so sweet, touches the heart. Another beautiful pastime. It is described that when Krishna went to kill, when he went to Mathura for the first time, at the behest of Akrura. When he went to Mathura, there he went along with his Gopa friends. So some of his Gopa friends had also come, and our Nand Maharaj had also come. And in this, they went into the wrestling arena, and in the wrestling arena, Krishna and Balram started fighting with this Chanur and Mushtik. And Krishna and Balram very effortless. Chanur, you have seen the painting of Chanur Mushtik wrestling with Krishna. You've seen the painting in Srimad Bhagavatam. They were 2 or 3 times the size of Krishna, but still Krishna very effortlessly he smashed this Chanur and Mushtik. Both of them effortlessly smashed them. Then Krishna climbed up all the way. There was a big auditorium, big like a big cricket match, big stadium. In that stadium, he climbed up to the top, dragged down Kamsa, beat him, sat on his chest, beat his chest, and killed him. Now, the Gopas were watching this, and उनके mind में थोड़ा doubt आ गया. Said, "अरे, Krishna, our sweet Krishna, yes, killed demons before, yes, but this is Kamsa, and look at those Chanur and Mushtik. Is this actually our Krishna, or is it an imposter?" So they got great doubt in their mind. They were very, very doubtful. This cannot be Krishna. Maybe it is, Supreme Lord. They were not very sure. Maybe Supreme Lord came and killed Kamsa. They were not sure. So then Sridhama, who is one of the dearest friends of Krishna and the brother of Srimati Radharani, he went to Krishna. After Krishna came, did you see how I killed? Dekha tum log ne? You all saw? So when he came like that, Sridhama said, yeah, we saw, but I'd like to challenge you to a wrestling match. So Krishna said, okay. So then Sridhama and Krishna, they had a wrestling match. And Krishna tried his best, not that he was pretending or some nautanki was going on. No, he tried his very best. But Sridhama still defeated him. And then after Krishna was defeated, Sridhama said, yeah, my Gopal. He is not some different. It's Krishna only. Yeah, I defeated him. Like I always defeat him there also in Vrindavan. Here also I defeated him. Right? So this is the sweetness of Krishna. Very sweet. So in this Damodar Lila, it is described, it is a very special Lila. Right? The two Leelas that we discussed just now also. And this Damodar Lila is very special. Why is it special? Because it shows us through this Leela, Krishna is declaring to the whole world that a devotee can be greater than God. We say God is great. Srila Prabhupada said, everyone says God is great, but we say devotee is greater than God. The devotee becomes greater than God. And the God, it's not the devotee became greater than God, but God takes a subordinate position to the love of his devotees. He is so enamored, he's so enchanted by the love of his devotees that he also doesn't remember he is God. He cannot remember. He is just so, he's so taken in by, like it happens, sometimes you're very enchanted by somebody, you forget who you are, you forget who that person is, and you just start babbling something. Same way, Krishna also is so enchanted by the pure devotees, by the pure love of his devotees, he forgets. He forgets that he is God. And he just reciprocates with that devotee. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. Krishna says in Gita that I reciprocate according to what my devotee does. So or not just a devotee, what anybody does. If we try to challenge Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate like that. We want to forget Krishna, he will reciprocate like that. We want to remember him, he will reciprocate like that. You want to love and serve him, he will reciprocate like that. So according to what is the desire in our heart, Krishna also reciprocates accordingly. So here in this beautiful pastime of Damodar Leela, it shows us that though God is great, devotee can be greater than God. And Krishna also feels a kind of transcendental pleasure. See, he is a supreme Lord. He's sitting there in the spiritual world. He is served by Lakshmi Sahasra Satasambrama Sevyamano. He's being served by so many, thousands and millions of Lakshmis, goddesses of fortune. He has everything in spiritual world. He is, his Nitya Parshad are there in spiritual world. Still, he can easily send one of his empowered incarnations, his Shaktavesh avatar. He can send, like he has sent his Shaktavesh avatar, Srila Prabhupada, to create this ISKCON movement and, get it off the ground for the next 10,000 years. He can do that. Why he comes personally? Why he has to be that person who does Paritranaya Sadhunam? Why he has to be the person who does Vinashaya Chandraskut? Why does he come? He comes out of his unlimited compassion on people like you and me. We don't deserve it. But like a father who never gives up on his son or daughter, same way, Krishna also, though we have given up on him many, many lifetimes back, but Krishna has not given up. He wants to be here. He wants to keep on trying. He doesn't give up only. कोशिश करते रहते हैं. He keeps on trying to attract our hearts. Bhagavad Gita also, you see in the Bhagavad Gita, 18 point, what, 18 point, actually in 2.55, chapter 254 or 55th verse, Bhagavad Gita is over. Srila Prabhupada says, the Bhagavad Gita is over at this point. Khatam, there's nothing more to say. Whatever Krishna has to say is already said. But after that, for another 16 chapters, he continues speaking. Sometimes, like many of you, some of you may relate to this. As parents, we start talking to our children, and whatever we are telling them, suppose we are scolding them, or we're trying to correct them, we're trying to inspire them, we're trying to, motivate them. Whatever we have to say, we can finish saying in 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes. But then one more instruction comes, one more idea comes, one more thing. Ye bhi sun tu, ye bhi listen to this also. I'm going to tell you this. This is very important. I hope you'll at least remember this. Same way, Krishna, so personal, so loving. In the Gita, when he's speaking to these devotees, when he's speaking to Arjuna, he's finished telling, but he still continues speaking. He gives more and more instruction. Arjuna also, he is also a pure devotee, so he also is not satisfied. कि अरे हो गया इतने में, नहीं और क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ, let me ask more questions. So he asks more question, and the Bhagavad Gita is like a Lila. It is not just philosophy. It's like Lila going on between pure devotee and the Supreme Lord. At one point, Arjuna says, "Ki can you show me this, universal form? I want to see." Lord says, "You want to see? Okay, I'll give you the eyesight to see. Dekho, ye bhi dekh lo." And he shows him the universal form. And then Arjuna sees, he becomes like, "Oh my God, this is too much to me. He says, you please come back to Shamsundar only. First, to show me four-handed form, show me Vishnu form, and then you come back to Shamsundar. I prefer that. I don't want to see this ghastly form. I don't want to see." Right? And so many places, Krishna refers to Arjuna with so many different names. He calls him Tat. Tat means like, like a loving child you call Tat. So much love is being, so much ras is being exchanged between Krishna and Arjuna in the Gita. And after the whole thing is over, 18.63 or 64, I don't remember, he tells Arjuna, all right, abhi sab ho gaya, boss. Sab bol ke ho gaya. I've told you everything that you need to know. Now, yad ichhasi tatha kuru. Right? I've told you everything. Whatever I've answered all your questions. I've given you all the philosophy. Whatever you need to know now, I have given you now, Arjuna. Now you just do what you want. And then again he starts. Like a parent. Parents do that, no? We correct the child. We full finish ho gaya sab. We finish telling everything. And then again something comes to the mind. This is very important. I must tell you this also. So Arjuna is also listening, and Krishna is also telling. So sweet. The Bhagavad Gita is also so sweet, actually. It is not a dry philosophical scripture. If we look for it, we can find, so beautiful. So like this, Krishna comes personally to submit himself, and to act in different rasas with his devotees, with his pure devotees. Sometimes it is Shanta rasa, sometimes it is Dasya rasa, sometimes it is, Sakhya rasa, sometimes it is Vatsalya rasa, and sometimes it is Madhuri rasa. So in different rasas, Krishna comes and he submits himself. He makes himself available. You want to serve me in Shanta rasa? No problem. You can serve me in Shantarasa. You want to serve me as Das? I will accept that also. You want to serve me as a friend, as an equal? What is Sakyaras? See, till Shantaras and Dasiras, we can kind of understand it. Thoda bahut, with our limited intelligence, we can understand what is this Sakyaras and, so we can understand what is this Shantaras and Dasiras. We are all, sadhana bhakti is in mood of Dasiras, Shantaras and Dasiras. We have not come to Sakyaras. We are like millions of miles away from what is the even meaning of Sakyaras. Sakyaras means what? We are equal to what? Equal. That is what Sridhama's mood is, no? What is this Krishna? I will defeat him. That is the mood that they have, and that mood is so thick, it is so concentrated that no matter what Krishna does, they are not impressed. They are simply not impressed. They feel ki, okay, okay, maybe, because of our, like Madhu Mangal says, because of my Brahma Tejas, Krishna is holding up this Govardhan mountain. He doesn't have any power or anything like that. And there's another Govardhan appear, this Govardhan puja also we do in this month of Kartik, full of auspicious. So like this beautiful pastime of Damodar Lila starts. How does it start? That Mother Yashoda, she was churning this dahi to make butter and ghee for Krishna. Now this milk which she uses is this milk from the Padmagandha cows, a very very special kind of. Acharyas give a very detailed description of how this milk is made. I'll not get into it because we don't have so much time. But very very special milk from which dahi is made, from that curds then churning. So she's churning, and while she's churning this milk, she is beautifully thinking of Krishna. This is the nature of the Brajvasis. This is the nature of the pure devotees. See, in our case, we struggle to remember Krishna. Even when we are thinking about Krishna, even when we are hearing about Krishna, it is difficult for us to remember Krishna. What is our unfortunate condition? Just think, while hearing Krishna Katha, we find it difficult to remember Krishna. We are so fallen. Right? From that, we can understand what is our fallen state. But the Brajvasis are such, they cannot stop thinking of Krishna. They can't, they're just so completely immersed, absorbed in Krishna that they cannot stop thinking of it. So, whenever they're doing whatever they're doing, they're always thinking of Krishna. So, what Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 8.7, Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha, Tasmad Sarveshu Kaleshu, Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. So, this beautiful instruction which Krishna gives to Arjuna, he says, Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha, Tasmad Sarveshu Kaleshu. At all times, when you are fighting, you are doing your duty, think of me and do your duty. So, Yashoda Mai is doing. She is doing her duty, and at the same time, she is chanting the beautiful pastimes of Krishna. She is chanting Krishna Katha, beautiful pastimes. She's remembering, and she has a beautiful smile on her face. She's thinking, "Arey Krishna, naughty boy, kya karta hai? What all he does, And she's remembering, and she's enjoying these beautiful pastimes while she's doing. At that time, amidst this scene, this Supreme Lord Krishna, he feels hungry. Now, why is Lord feeling hungry? Why does Krishna feel hungry? He is Atmaram. He is the self-satisfied Supreme Personality of Godhead who doesn't need anything. His whole body is spiritual, but still he feels hungry. What does he feel hungry for? He doesn't feel hungry just for the milk of Mother Yashoda. He feels hungry for the loving reciprocation of Mother Yashoda. So he goes and he comes up to Mother Yashoda and he tells, Maya, I want your milk. So Mother Yashoda immediately she stops churning and she puts Krishna on her lap and she starts feeding him. While she's feeding him, she's looking at him with so much love, so beautiful. Krishna is so unlimitedly beautiful. We cannot even imagine. There are no adjectives that are good enough in the English language or in any language, right? Sanskrit is a very wonderful language, but even in Sanskrit, it falls short of words to describe the transcendental, unlimited beauty of Krishna. And that beauty is also not it's not like, okay, it has reached a level like you measure it in units, that okay, it's not like 10 million units of beauty. No, every moment that beauty is increasing. There's once a devotee had related in the spiritual world how things work. Everything. I'm sorry, I'm deviating, and I don't know if I'll be able to complete on time, but I will try. Okay. So beautiful pastime just came to mind that in the spiritual world, everything is alive. Everything has a particular rasa with Krishna. Even the stone there is not a stone. That stone has life. The bird, the bees, the plants, the trees, the flowers, the fruits, everyone has some life there. So once it was described that there was a rose, there was a beautiful rose, which was blooming in Golok Vrindavan. Beautiful rose, very nice. So that rose saw that Krishna is coming along with his Gopa friends in the direction of the rose. So when the rose saw this, the rose kind of got ready, Savdhan. Immediately the rose became took a proper pose so that Krishna can see the rose nicely. And the rose became more beautiful as a result. And then Krishna, Krishna saw the rose and he was so pleased to see the rose. He said, the rose is so beautiful. When he looked at this rose, Krishna became pleased. When he became pleased, he is already beautiful. He became more beautiful. He became more beautiful. Can you imagine? We say that you cannot add any number to infinity. Right? In mathematics, we say, no, you can't add any number to infinity. You can't subtract because it is infinity. So Krishna is infinitely beautiful, but still he became more beautiful. And then when the rose saw that Krishna has become already, oh God, he's coming, oh, he's coming. That beauty is just overwhelming that rose. And she said, that Krishna became even more beautiful. And when Krishna became even more beautiful, now the rose is thinking, he's become even more beautiful. And by seeing that ecstatic beauty of Krishna, the rose became ecstatic and the rose became more beautiful. Now the rose became more beautiful. Krishna saw, rose become more beautiful. He became more beautiful. And this goes on unlimitedly. In the spiritual world, there is no end to this. Krishna's beauty just goes on increasing unlimitedly. Right? Same way, Yashoda Mai, when she is feeding Krishna, she sees Krishna. Krishna is pleased to receive the love of Mother Yashoda in the form of her milk. And by taking that milk, he becomes pleased. He looks more beautiful. And this beautiful pastime is going on. Lovely, lovely. This can go on for infinite time. But what happens? At the same time, the milk which she has kept to boil on the gas, the Padma Gandha milk, the special milk, right? If you're having any milk, I don't know if there are any Matajis on this call right now, but if there are any Matajis, they will understand. If milk has been kept and you are trying to boil milk, if one drop falls also, if the husband has been told you take care of the milk, and one drop falls, what you did? You should be careful. You'll hear a lecture, nice lecture after that, right? So that milk was so precious, Padma Gandha milk, and it is for Krishna only. Special herbs are fed to those cows so that they give very nutritious milk. That milk was about to boil over. So the Acharyas explained that that milk is also personal because it's the spiritual world, it's Vrindavan. That milk started thinking, this Yashoda Mai, she is feeding milk to Krishna. Now, if her milk is being fed to Krishna, she is a pure devotee. Who are we? Who are we? We are nobody. We are nothing. It's just ordinary milk. So, what is the value of our life now that the Supreme Lord has already drunk milk from Mother Yashoda? Better we give up our life. So, they boiled over into the fire. So, when Yashoda Mai saw this, my precious milk is boiling, she immediately kept Krishna down. She ran towards the fire to save the milk. Now, Now see how Krishna is. Now Krishna, like he's very sweet, okay, he's very sweet. He can be very angry also. He thought, "Now, what is this? Such a beautiful reciprocation was going on just now between Mother Yashoda and
हाँ
me."
देखिए
Hare Krishna. So beautiful reciprocation was going on between Mother Yashoda and me. Arey, why this milk has come in between? Milk is important or I am important? Mother Yashoda is going to protect that milk. Who is more important, me or the milk? Right? The Supreme Lord is very offended. He became red in the face with anger. He didn't like it. What is this? Right? We also have ego, no? If sometimes, wife is talking to us, I am talking to my wife, and suddenly wife, just goes away while you're talking. Arey, immediately ego gets hurt. Arey, what is this? I was talking to you. Right? The same way, Supreme Lord is supreme. His ego is supreme. Swarat. So he got very angry. He said, what is this? How she left me like this and went away? So she said, now I will show her properly. So he first found one stone that, you know, uh, curds that she was churning. He took a stone and he broke that pot. All the butter and all the buttermilk came gushing out, everything gushing out. There was butter and buttermilk all over the place, everywhere, all a complete mess. Now Krishna said, I have created a mess, or karunga, I will create more disturbance. So angry, he's a naughty child. He's naughty, his pastimes are naughty, he can't control himself. He's a supreme lord, but he can't control himself. Like any child. So he went into another room, and there he saw that all the pots have been put up on the rafters upstairs. He thought, I must do something. So what he did, he went and brought an okhal, that grinding mortar. In the olden days, they saw this grinding mortar in which they grind and they make this masala. So this grinding mortar, he dragged it there. He made it ulta. He made it upside down, and he climbed on the wooden grinding mortar, and he reached out to the rafters, and he removed the pot, and he sat on the okhal, and he called all the monkeys. He told all the monkeys that, come, 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 I have got some nice butter for you. And he was also eating, and he was feeding the monkeys also. So the acharyas explain that some of these monkeys, in Vrindavan, they were the monkeys who fought for Lord Ramchandra when he went to kill Ravan and win back Mother Sita. So there were millions in the Ramayana. It is, of course, the number is just unlimited, right? It is just absolutely unlimited monkeys which went to fight for Lord Ram. Now, how much Lord Ram will reciprocate, and how many monkeys he will reciprocate? He was feeling very somewhere. The Supreme Lord was feeling, they fought for me. Many of them gave up their life for me. I could not reciprocate with them sufficiently. See, the Supreme Lord is so personal. He's not like, theek hai na, I am the Lord. It's their benefit that they fought for me. He doesn't think like that. He thinks that, they fought for me. I'm not being able to reciprocate. Like the gopis, when they came to Krishna, he's telling them that I cannot repay you for what you have done. It's not possible. Your surrender, your commitment, your sacrifice is so great that I just simply cannot reciprocate. There's nothing I can do that is sufficient to reciprocate with what you have done for me. So Lord thinks like that. So he was thinking, his monkeys, I couldn't do enough for them. So let me do something. So then what he did, he said, let me give them butter. So he was feeding them butter. So all the monkeys came here feeding them butter. So after some time, the monkeys were satisfied. They went away. Some of them went away. More monkeys were coming. And then Yashoda Mai, in the meantime, the scene, going back to the original scene, Yashoda Mai, she removed the milk from the fire. And then she comes back to again feed Krishna. And then she sees, oh my God, what is this? What a mess. And then she sees the stone. She sees, the butter and everything. And she immediately understands, this naughty boy, I know what he has done. He has broken this pot with this stone. Must be angry because I kept him down. Therefore, she said, now I will catch him and I'll teach him a good lesson. This is not the way to behave. You're angry doesn't mean you can waste things like this. She becomes very angry. So she also picks up a stick. She picks up the stick and she goes to find Krishna. Now, when she goes, she said, where do I look for him? And then she sees in that butter, she sees the buttery footprints of Krishna going in one direction. This buttery small feet prints of, with butter. He has stepped in the butter and then walked. So it is like incriminating evidence that Krishna has left, that, oh, he's gone in this direction. So he has left those footprints. So she follows the footprint. Quietly she goes. She goes into the next room and she goes quietly and she sees, there's a beautiful painting also Srila Prabhupada's disciples have made, where Krishna is, looking fearfully and Yashoda Maya is coming with a stick. So she came quietly with a stick and she came from behind Krishna. Krishna was sitting with his back to Mother Yashoda. So he didn't see her coming. But when she came with a stick, all the monkeys, all the monkeys who were sitting there and eating the butter, they saw Yashoda Mai and they panicked and they all went running helter-skelter in all directions. And Krishna looked behind. What does he see? He sees Mother Yashoda coming with a stick. And he is the Supreme Lord. He is the creator of this entire creation. He is the fear personified is afraid of him, but he becomes fearful. Muhushwasa kampa. Kampa means he's trembling with fear. He becomes so afraid, he starts just running for his life because he doesn't know what Yashodama is going to do with that stick, big stick in her hand. And then Yashoda Mai starts running after him. So when he's running, she's running, he's running, and she is unable to capture him. No matter how hard she tries, she's unable to catch up with him at all. He's always out of reach, not able to catch him. So the Acharyas explain, that when she was running like this, the flowers that were in her hair, her braid, the hairs, the flowers that are there, those flowers started thinking. Now, like how the milk was thinking personally, the flowers started thinking. They started thinking, look at this Mother Yashoda. What a pure devotee she is. And she is so much love she has for Krishna, and Krishna has so much love from her that she is running after Krishna to catch him. Such a pure devotee. What is our position to be on her head? We should be lying at her lotus feet. So the flowers come loose and start falling down under the lotus feet of Mother Yashoda. And like this, she's running and running and running. So it is described in Krishna book that she was very heavy. She was heavy. So she started sweating and panting and panting. She was not able to catch Krishna. Srila Prabhupada explains that what is this meaning of catching Krishna? Big yogis who have been meditating for hundreds and thousands of years, they are trying to somehow capture the super soul who is residing within the heart only. He's not going anywhere. Super soul is residing in the heart. Sarvasya chaham riddhi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apavanancha. Then what is that? Riddeshu Arjuna. No, I'm looking at the other verse. What is that? Riddeshu. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Riddeshu Arjuna Tishtati. So he is residing in the heart. He's not going anywhere. But still, to catch him, the yogis are doing tapasya with so much intensity. It's very difficult to capture Krishna in the heart. These great yogis are not able to capture Krishna. Then how Mother Yashoda is running after him? How he'll be caught? But finally, the Supreme Lord, again, as it is said, he is so much, he feels transcendental pleasure by submitting himself to the devotee. He finally agrees to get caught. So Mother Yashoda finally catches him. And when she catches him, says, you naughty boy, so many complaints were coming against you, but I was not believing. Now I have seen with my own eyes what you do. You broke that pot, you removed this, you're feeding it to the monkeys. Very naughty boy. I must teach you a good lesson. So she says, now what I'm going to do, I will tie you up. That is the best way, because last time I just left you and see the havoc you created. Now I will not leave you. I will tie you up. And where should I tie you? And then she sees this ukhal, this wooden grinding mortar. And she says, this ukhal is a partner in crime. This crime that you committed of, removing this butter and feeding it to the monkeys, this ukhal was a partner in crime. I will tie both of you together. So she gets a rope and she starts tying Krishna around that ukhal. Now, every time she tries to tie the rope, when she's just about to make the final knot, she sees that it is little less. The rope is just in length, it is little less. How much less? 2 fingers too short. So she asks, bring more rope. More rope is brought. She joins that rope to this rope. Again she ties. Again not able to tie. All the rope that is there in entire household, everything is brought. But every time she ties that rope and she tries to put the final knot, unable to do it. Every time the rope is 2 fingers too short. After some time, Mother Yashoda, she is partly bewildered and partly she is smiling. She says, what is this? What kind of child do I have? What is he doing? What is going on here? It doesn't make any logical sense, right? You add 2 ropes, the rope becomes longer. But here, Krishna is not expanding, but the rope is always short. So she's just amazed by the whole thing. She's just looking like, what is going on over here? And then finally, so the acharyas explain that these 2 fingers one finger represents our efforts. So Yashoda Mai was making effort. She was making effort to catch Krishna. She was making effort to tie Krishna. She did not give up. See, Krishna's Lila was such, that he is without expanding, the rope is shrinking and he's not able to tie. After some time, any mother will say, Marne do, I don't want to do this, leave it. She'll just give it up. Out of frustration, she'll give it up. No, not Mother Yashoda. I have to tie you today. Ab to matlab hat pakad liya. I have to tie. And she was not willing to give up. So Krishna, a devotee, never gives up. A devotee keeps trying. Whatever instructions have been given by Guru, whatever instructions have been given by superior authorities, the devotee doesn't give up. He keeps trying, keeps trying. He may fail 100 times. He may not succeed. He may be knocked over by Maya hundreds of times. Like in a boxing match, bang and knockout. Mike Tyson hits the Evander Holyfield and Evander Holyfield is knocked out in 30 seconds. And he can't get up again after that. Gaya, match is over, right? So Maya has knocked us out so many times, right? But a devotee does not give up. He again gets up to fight for the Lord, to fight for the mission of the Guru. So like that one finger represents the effort of the devotee. And the second finger represents the mercy of Krishna. Without the mercy of Krishna, whatever amount of effort you put, it has no value. It has no value in the sense, it has value in the eyes of Krishna, but it may not get you success. If you are doing it yourself, hey, let me do it. I am expert singer. I am expert flower garland maker. I am expert mridanga player. If we become proud like that, that is our effort. Lord's mercy will not be there. It will not touch the hearts of the devotee. When we become helpless, when we understand that I am useless, my God, my Lord, I have not done anything. My Lord, you please empower me. Then only the mercy flows. If we think we are great, mercy doesn't, the tap is switched off. Krishna switches off the tap. Achha, you're great, no? Very good. With your great powers, which I only have given you, you do what you're doing. But when we say, oh my Lord, I am useless, nothing I can do, then Krishna opens the tap of mercy. Little bit mercy starts flowing, So this is the mercy, the second finger. And in devotional life, of these 2 fingers, which is more important? Which is more important? It is the mercy finger which is important. But our effort has to be there. We can't be only depending on mercy. Oh, Krishna, I have surrendered to you now, Papa. You have said that, you will carry what I have and provide what I lack. So, I am going to chill basically in life. No, it doesn't work like that. Krishna is waiting for you to make the effort. He's waiting for Yashoda Mai to keep trying. And he's watching. Is she going to give up? Is she going to try? Is she going to give up? Is she going to try? He's watching. At some point, he sees that she is not going to give up. Better I only give up. So then he got tied. Finally, she tied him. And she said, now you be here. Naughty fellow, how much trouble you create. Now I have got so many jobs to do. I'm going. So she goes away. After she goes away, immediately Krishna, his pastimes are such that it is described that Ananta Shesha with his 1,000 hoods cannot cannot describe in unlimited time also how many pastimes the Supreme Lord does in one moment. This is what is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. We cannot understand this, but this is what the Lord is. Everything he does is Lila. Lila Purushottam, right? So he then immediately starts going into the courtyard with the Ukhal. The Ukhal is tied to him and he is tied to the Ukhal, and both of them go together into the courtyard. And in the courtyard, there are these two Yamala Arjun trees, very, very tall trees, which are going like, hundreds of meters into the sky, very massive, very old trees. So it is okay. I'll not get into the whole pastime of Manigriva and Nalakovera, but it's again a long pastime. But very, very quickly, it is described that in those two trees there were two souls. Every tree also contains a soul. So the soul residing in these two tall twin Yamanarjuna trees, which are growing like this together, like this. From one spot, both of them are coming out. The souls inside were the sons of Kuvera, Nalagriva and Manigriva and Nalakuvera. Sorry, my mistake. So both of them, it is described that they were in the Mandakini Ganga. They were taking bath with all. They were enjoying in the waters, wearing no clothes. First of all, in Ganges, you should not go without any clothes. Without any clothes, they were going. So already offense had started. Then they were enjoying with other, Gandharva women over there. And when Narad Muni passed by from that spot, they did, immediately the ladies, they felt very ashamed. They immediately got out of the water, covered themselves, paid obeisances, and they went away. But this Nalakuver and Manigri were so intoxicated because of because of their position. They were intoxicated even with intoxication, but because of their position, they were even more intoxicated. They were sons of, Amir ke bete Amir, like that. So they were very, very intoxicated with their position. Who cares, Narad Muni? He has spoiled our enjoyment, So they were, in fact, offensive. So then Narad Muni curses them that because you all are so offensive, therefore I curse you that you become trees. But even the curse of a devotee is a benediction. So he says, you will be born in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, where you will see the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, and you will remember your past life. So that is your punishment. You will be in the body of a tree, you will remember your past life, that you are the sons of demigods. But because of your foolishness, you have got into this body. But for your liberation, I am giving you the method also, the Supreme Lord. So these were the two souls who were stuck in those Yamana Arjun trees. And to fulfill the benediction given by Narad Muni, Krishna goes with that okhal towards the trees, and he goes in between the two trees, and he goes through easily, but the okhal gets stuck. Now he starts pulling. When he pulls, you understand that laws of physics don't explain this, right? That if supremely powerful person, he pulls on some wire, that wire comes in his hand, right? It's not that the whole wall comes in his hand, right? Only the wire comes in his hand. But this is Krishna's pastimes. He used that okhal also in his service, and that rope, that so much rope all over the Vrindavan, all that rope was used in his service to liberate these two people. So Krishna uses everyone for a beautiful cause. So he went through, the okhal got stuck, and because the okhal got stuck and Krishna was still pulling, that okhal got Krishnized, became like Krishna, all powerful. And these two massive trees, you can imagine trees which are so deep rooted, how difficult it must be to even cut them, forget uproot. Both the trees got uprooted, and these two transcendental personalities, Nalakuver and Manigriv, they manifested from there. They sang beautiful prayers, praising the Supreme Lord. Oh, you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thank you for saving us like this. Thank you for giving us this wonderful opportunity to see your pastime. So they are the ones who have observed. Like it is described, Raghunath Das Goswami, when Lord Chaitanya left this world, he wanted to give up his body. He wanted to go to Govardhan and jump out. But then he was advised, no, you have seen the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. So you should repeat these pastimes. And because Raghunath Das Goswami repeated these pastimes, therefore Chaitanya Charitamrita was written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. In the same way, these two persons, they have seen all the pastimes of Krishna in his childhood. And therefore it is described that these two personalities were liberated and they went to the spiritual world. And today also in the spiritual world, these two personalities, they chant the pastimes of Krishna for all the Vasis of Goloka Vrindavan. So this is how this beautiful pastime ends. The trees fell, then all the Gopas came running. The Gopas had seen that Krishna had, two small Gopas were there. They had seen. And then Nanda Maharaj comes running, Yashoda Mai comes running. Arey, what happened? What happened? And then those two boys who are there, they tell, yeah, actually, Krishna was going through these two trees that Okal got stuck and the tree fell down. And then after it fell down, two very big effulgent personalities came out, and they were saying some worshipping things to Krishna. Then they went away. And all the other Gopas, the elderly Gopas and Gopis are thinking, anything they say, anything they say, how is this possible? So like that, then again Yashoda Mai comes and she takes Krishna, and that is where this beautiful pastime of Dama Udara. So Udara means the belly, and Dama means tied. So one who is tied by the love of his devotees, that is Dam Udara, Damodara, right? So Krishna has this capacity to, he, as I said, this pastime is very pleasing to the Lord because he likes to be subordinate. He is being subordinate to Mother Yashoda, taking the position of a person who is fearful. When she comes with a stick, he is trembling in fear, and it is not made up fear. He's not like, play acting. So let me act very afraid now. No, he's really afraid. What if she really beats me with that stick? He doesn't know. He's afraid. He's looking at that stick and he's looking at her. He's looking at that stick and he's looking at her. And Mother Yashoda also understands. Okay, looks like he's very afraid. Thoda jada ho gaya. So she keeps the stick down and then she decides to tie him. Right? So this is the reason why devotional service or bhakti is so special. It is so rare because Krishna becomes purchased by the love of his devotee. He is completely subservient, subordinate. He becomes the servant of his devotee. He becomes the servant of Arjuna. Arjuna is saying, hey, take me there, my lord, take me. He calls him Madhusudana, but he says, take me, to the middle of the army. So he is purchased by the love of his devotees. This is a great opulence. Therefore, bhakti is very, very special and rare. We are so fortunate by the grace of Srila Prabhupada and by the grace of the very empowered servants of Srila Prabhupada, his wonderful transcendental disciples. We have this fortune of receiving this Krishna Katha, receiving all this wonderful association, all the devotees. So let us take this month of Kartik, let us take these last 4 days and let us somehow be absorbed in the pastimes of Krishna. Make this an opportunity to again take shelter of this beautiful Rasaraj Krishna, who is creator and maintainer of all material and spiritual worlds. At the same time, he is also helpless like a child, worried that I hope she doesn't use that stick on me. This beautiful transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord. Janma karma cha me divyam. If we understand, tyaktva deham punar janma neti. No further birth and death. Mameti so Arjuna. We will go back to the spiritual world. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev for giving us this wonderful knowledge so that we can take shelter, make our lives perfect. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Ki
Srila
jai.
Gurudev ki jai. Nitai
Jai.
Gaur Premanandi.
Hari
Hari.
Hari.
Thank you very much. Any questions, comments before we end? It's already overtime. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I started late, to be fair. We started only late. So I have
Hare Krishna
tried to
Prabhuji.
complete it in 1 hour. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. And of course, it was such a nice katha. And as you have rightly said, that we have been hearing it every day, but it was giving means immense pleasure and nectar in your unique style. means this was really means very enchanting and very absorbing katha we had. Means we wanted to hear